Hi everybody, welcome to Amy Nolte Music. I've been wanting to make this video for quite some time now because it's an idea that I've had for years and years, but I don't want to make people mad, especially with my thumbnail or my title. But it's a fun idea to me that I already know what the first song you ever wrote sounds like. It's probably not the case, but I've had several instances in my life where somebody has said, Amy, I just wrote a song on the piano. I want to show you. It's the first song I ever wrote. And then it is what I already thought it was going to be. And I think it's really cool that this happens. I don't want to sound condescending at all, because the same thing happened to me when I first started writing songs. And I kind of think those songs hold up. Check out Persian Peace. It was 1990. What else was I going to call a song? There's something about piano players and the chords A minor, G, and F. There's something about the way that those chords are so easy to find on the piano, and the fact that once you find them and realize how good they sound and what kind of a feeling they give you, you just want to hold on to them and play them over and over and over again, kind of like Led Zeppelin did. If we're talking in the key of C major, we're talking about the 6 minor chord, the 5 chord, and the 4 chord. Of course, you can also talk in the key of A minor, which would give you like 1 and then like a major chord that's the 7th degree and a major chord that's the 6th degree. Either way works. And we don't necessarily have to be talking in the key of A minor. I think maybe for guitar players, these chords are E minor, D, and C. Just because they have so many open strings and they're all first positions, and it's easier to play than A minor, G, and F, at least for beginners on the guitar. Sometimes, in fact, it happened a couple of weeks ago, I had to teach a class about, I don't know, music appreciation to a group of teenagers that really wasn't all that musical. And if I ever have to do that, I'm going to use these 3 chords as my best friend. And the reason is that you can just kind of show anybody, even if they don't really play an instrument, these 3 chords, and they can make music out of it, like convincingly good sounding music. Case in point, my son Louis, who doesn't really play piano. If we're going to get together as a family and play music or something, we always put Louis on the cajon that I'm sitting on right now because he keeps a good beat. You'll see what happens when I just showed him the other day about these 3 chords and asked him to make something that sounded good to him. Okay, the chords are, you start on this note, that's an A, and you play a chord. So play 1, skip 1, play 1. That's it. And now all you do is lower them 1. That's it. And then lower them 1 more time. Yes. Now, do that with your right hand. Yeah. Now, with your left hand, play a bass note for each of them. So play that, yeah, that one for that one. And then lower them all. Yeah, that's it. And again. Now see if you can make something that sounds interesting. Like with a beat. Nice. I remember when I found these chords as, I don't know, an 11, 12-year-old, and really all I wanted to do was just play them over and over and over again. And I remember thinking that they were the chords to Van Morrison's Moon Dance. So I just played Moon Dance with these 3 chords like all day one day. I remember it. And then I would improvise over these 3 chords, and I just never wanted to stop playing them ever. And it's really easy to improvise over these 3 chords too, especially on the piano, because you can just do it with white notes only. It's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. I knew those, well, I know now that those aren't the actual chords, but they don't sound bad, and I wasn't wrong as an 11-year-old for thinking that they were right, and for wanting to improvise over them all day. I kind of think that that's the reason that beginning piano players or beginning composers often land on these three chords, kind of because you don't need any black notes to make them happen, and for some reason to beginning piano players, black notes are scary. But it's absolutely amazing how much can be done just with these three chords, and I'd like to walk you over to the piano and show you a lot of examples of songs that use these three chords and why I think they work. The first song I'll show you today comes from, the last 15 years or so. I don't remember exactly, but it's Gautier's Somebody That I Used to Know. Remember it? Really nice, isn't it? I have to apologize when I play these notes. You can tell my piano is a tiny bit out of tune. Also, I have to apologize. I'm recovering from COVID. This is the first day I feel like I can make a video, so my voice is a little bit off. But check out the way that this melody lays on this note right here. The 9 of that F chord, and then this 11 of the A minor. It's so beautiful, and it's my little theory that this is why so many songs have been hits with these kinds of chords, these three amazing chords, is because sometimes people who write the melodies can find a way to play just like a money note, like those two that I just pointed out. Let's see if we can notice them in subsequent songs. Moving forward just a little bit in time, how about Lights by Ellie Goulding? Right off the bat, we see a money note, the 11 on this minor chord. And she keeps it. And again. That's the glue that holds this chorus together, in my opinion. You know what that reminds me of, that song? We're gonna hop back a few decades. Sultans of Swing, Dire Straits. Now, I know that I'm not playing these songs in the keys that they were intended to be playing in, because I'm making a point today. I'm playing A minor, G, and F. Of course, all keys can apply to whatever song you just have to transpose. But all of these songs can be played with these three chords. This song is based off of a guitar riff. I would argue that the melody isn't special at all because it's largely spoken, right? Harry doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene, right? It's just, it's this sound. And of course, Mark Knopfler's genius. Let's move it back to the 2000s. This song starts with an F chord, at least this hook does. We go, ooh, and we've got that major 7 on the F chord, and then we move to G, back. We don't even necessarily use all of those chords. So just another point is that we can take these three chords and mess up the order of them in a lot of ways so that, really, like I said, infinite possibilities become available to us, especially when we add rhythm into the mix. One of my favorite songs that uses these three chords is by Sting, Desert Rose. Again with the money notes. Thank you, Sting. And how about this classic? Once Upon a Time. Right? Not so long ago. I can't talk and play. Right? But Bon Jovi, what did they do? Ooh, laying on that 9. Ooh, how about that? The 6 on the G chord. We haven't seen that yet. Oh, and there's that 11 again. Beautiful, Bon Jovi. They're no dummies. How about that riff, though? That carries a lot of the song, and that's the same in the case of this Kansas song, Carry On My Wayward Son. There's the money note. And then, of course, it changes chords right here. But how about the chorus? Oh, we've got a sharp 11 on this F chord in the 9. Oh, so cool. Another great bass groove. I think I messed up that last note. And to talk about another great groove using these 3 chords, how about Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal? As with almost any Michael Jackson song, I'll tell you that it's the groove that makes the song. It's no different here. But yeah, just those 3 chords. Let's check out Jimi Hendrix doing the same kind of thing. I love how the minor 7 sounds on All Along the Watchtower. And let's get another one from the 80s. How about REM, Losing My Religion? Oh, we start right on the 9. Oh, we really lay on it. Back and forth, A minor, G. But let's move on to when we do use the F chord. Here we've got the 4 on the G chord. I think it's the first time we've seen that in our examples today. Oh, so beautiful. Let's check out Kanye West, one of my favorite melodies that I'm going to play today. Goes up to the F, makes it a G7 chord. So many factors at play in making that a gorgeous melody. Now, there are some songs that really come close to this template, but they add the 5 chord. They add an E chord to resolve to A minor. One of those is the Turtles' Happy Together. Right here. Now they could have used the G chord. They could have gone like, so happy together, something if they wanted. But I think it's really nice with the E. And if you paid close attention, Persian Peace also goes to the E chord. It's really nice. It adds another level of melancholy, I think. Another one like that is Hit the Road Jack, even though that's just largely a bass line. Walks all the way down to E. Right. As is the case with this one, sometimes you really can make a blue sound out of it just by adding this E flat or the flat 5. It was the case with All Along the Watchtower, as I tried to sound like Hendrix a little bit. So when you're improvising, you can also use that flat 5 and feel darn comfortable that it's going to sound good over all three of the chords, really. As is the case with so many songs that are built from, just 4 chords or just 3 chords or just 2 chords, you would maybe think that we're going to run out of melodies to play over the top of them, or quit being able to come up with ways to put the chords together to remain interesting. I don't think it's true. I think there are limitless numbers of melodies and grooves and patterns and songs yet to be written. Let me show you. I asked Charlie, my other son, who does play more piano and who writes a lot of music, I asked him, what if I gave you this limit that you could only use 3 chords, these 3 chords, and you had to come up with a really beautiful melody right here on the spot? And within seconds, Charlie came up with this. And just so I could, as my grandfather says, put my money where my mouth is, I did the same thing. I didn't give myself any time to think about it. I just tried to make a melody over these chords. I think either melody, the one that Charlie made or the one that I made, could become potentially a hit song. Why not? And I think that you could come up, if you just sat down and improvised over these 3 chords, you could come up with limitless numbers of great melodies as well on your own, especially using the techniques that we talked about when I was over at the piano. Mess around with them, see what you can come up with. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think that these 3 chords that make you feel so sad and melancholy and stuck in time somehow will be around a long time. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time on Amy Nolte Music.
Can't get you out.